Hello, welcome to this edition of Insights with Bodo Shola. It's the final weekend before the international break, and there are lots of exciting fixtures across board: the English Premier League, the Spanish La Liga, Italian Serie A, and the German Bundesliga. Well, let's start off from Germany, where there's a game between Union Berlin and the RB Leipzig. Well, Union Berlin have gone to become my favorite team in the German Bundesliga, and in their last 5-6 games between themselves and RB Leipzig, it has ended 2-1. I guess who's won everything? Union Berlin have won all 2-1 against RB Leipzig, and with the way they started this season, RB Leipzig, I still think this can be another win for the new boys from Berlin, and the biggest game in the league has to be Borussia Mönchengladbach against Bayern Munich. Mönchengladbach have grown to become a bogey team for Bayern. In fact, for the last 2 seasons, they picked up 4 points in each. Bayern Munich have not beaten these sides. The friendly game they played before then, Borussia Mönchengladbach won that game. In fact, in the German DFB club, they thrashed Bayern Munich 5-0. The last time Bayern beat them home and away was from 2016-2017 season. It means these guys know how to threaten Bayern Munich. They know how to play well against them. Now there's a certain Hurricane in the squad now, a new sheriff in time. Will he lead them to their first win against this side in about 6-7 fixtures? Well, we'll get to see that this weekend. Moving on to the Italian Serie A. There's a game between AC Milan and AS Roma at the Stadio Olimpico. With the way Roma have been this season, I don't see anything other than another win for the Milano side. Olivier Giroud has become a huge factor again for them this season. Ruben Loftus-Cheek in midfield, and of course, Rafael Leao on one side and Christian Pulisic. I think it's fair to say Chelsea former Chelsea boys are the ones doing the job for AC Milan. Against Roma, I think they'll still do enough to pick up all 3 points. Yeah, last season ended draws home and away, but I still think this time around AC Milan will pick up their first win against Roma this season. There's Napoli taking on Lazio. Last season, 2 seasons ago, yeah, you can say maybe start competition, but the way Lazio have started this season, losing their games against Napoli, the defending champions, who picked up back-to-back wins. I think Napoli will make it 3 straight wins for the start of the Serie A season, while Lazio making 3 straight losses. Moving on to the Spanish La Liga, Real Madrid in a Madrid derby against Getafe, their first home game at the Bernabeu this season. I don't see anything less than a win for Real Madrid in this game against Getafe. Yes, they've considered just 1 goal against Getafe in 11 games. In fact, that's Getafe's only win against Real Madrid in 10 years. And this time around with the fans back to the Bernabeu, yes, there are a few injury worries. Militao is not going to play, being replaced by Rudiger in goalkeeping position. Thibaut Courtois, one of the greatest goalkeepers, is injured, yes, literally for the entire season. But they brought in Kepa Arrizabalaga and the backup goalkeeper as well, Andre Luni. So yes, they are not caught up. I think they'll still do a decent job. But one of the things they'll also miss is Vinicius Jr. So the question now for Ancelotti will be, will this continue with the same 4-4-2 formation, bringing Oselu to join Rodrigo up front, or will he go for a flat 4-3-3 that is used to playing, having Rodrigo on the left, maybe bringing Fede Valverde back to the right, and playing Oselu up front, or find a way to twist that? Or remember, I spoke about even playing Jude Bellingham as false 9. Irrespective of how this will go, I still think the Blancos will do enough to pick up all 3 points at the Bernabeu against Getafe, while Barcelona will be going away to take on Osasuna. Osasuna have lost their only home game this season, but away they picked up 2 straight wins. Barcelona, on the other hand, yeah, still struggling, sort of not playing their spectacular dominating football that we know them to be, but they find ways to win their game. Look at Villarreal last weekend. They led 2-0, then they were down 3-2, but still ended up finding the winner in that game. So that's Barcelona. They will always find a way to get results. Against Osasuna, it could be hard, it could be tough, but I still think they will do enough to pick up all 3 points. So the Premier League, there are interesting fixtures here. Brighton at home at the Amex Stadium against Newcastle should be a fixture everyone should look out for. Brighton playing one of the best brands of football in the Premier League, and Newcastle, well, there's nothing new. But last weekend they messed up. They could have won the game against Liverpool at the St. James's Park. They were a goal up and a man up, but they missed every possible opportunity. And of course, thanks to Alisson, who made some massive saves, Liverpool ended up winning that game. Newcastle would want to bounce back, but fortunately for them, they're going to a tough ground, Amex Stadium, against an impressive Brighton. That's a game to look out for. The other game has to be Liverpool at Anfield against Aston Villa. This year, the only club to have made more points than Emirates Villa is Manchester City. They are cooking something. And also adding the likes of Yunus Tielemans to the squad, bringing Pau Torres makes them even more stronger as a unit. And the distractions of Mo Salah is living in this saying at he had dropping 150 million, 20 million, and the likes. Lots of things, lots of questions, even though Liverpool are standing firm. But will that be a distraction to them? Too many questions to be answered. And of course, the pick of the bunch has to be Arsenal against Man United at the Emirates Stadium. The first question would be, will Arteta continue with his job magic, playing Thomas Partey on the right as a right back, mixing and chopping and changing the squad? I do not understand what Arteta is doing with the Arsenal squad. On the other hand, Erik ten Hag, he's still probably yet to get his squad, but at least fortunately for them, they got Sofiane Buffalo on loan already, bringing Johnny Evans, of course, probably a backup player, definitely, except one or two players are injured in the central defensive position. Back then, this used to be the biggest fixture in the Premier League. In fact, where I grew up, we watch football 15 and when it's this game, it's 200 and flat. If you are not interested, do not come. But in recent years, it has dropped its momentum, dropped its value. But last season brought back the excitement of Arsenal Man United. And the last 4 fixtures between these two sides in the Premier League, your home team always scored 3 goals. So will it continue this time around? Irrespective of how United can play, Arsenal for me still look a little better. Yeah, both of them have actually struggled for the start of the season. 2 wins, 1 loss for United and 1 draw for Arsenal. But after 90 minutes, I think the Gunners should still do enough to edge the Red Devils. So let's run through the fixtures. Bundesliga team Union Berlin will beat RB Leipzig, Borussia Mönchengladbach at Bayern Munich. I think, maybe a draw or a win for Mönchengladbach. To the Italian Serie A, I think a straight win for AC Milan against Roma. The other game, Napoli should do enough to beat Lazio. The Spanish La Liga, straight win for Real Madrid against Getafe. Barcelona may struggle a bit against Osasuna, but they should still do enough to pick up all 3 points. And Atletico Madrid against Sevilla. That's also another game to look out for. But I think Madrid side should do enough to win that one. Straight to the Premier League. Brighton Newcastle. That could be another draw. Maybe a little nick win for Newcastle, and Liverpool against Aston Villa. Maybe another draw or a win for Liverpool. But for the game at the Emirates, the biggest game for this weekend, Arsenal against Man United, I think I'll give all 3 points to Mikel Arteta's Arsenal. So that's our show for today. Thank you very much, guys, for tuning in to today's edition of Inside Bulu Action. Please like, share, and subscribe. Subscription is free. Till we come here another time. Have a beautiful sporty weekend. Goodbye.